Hi, everybody. Sandy Kreisberg here, the HBS guru. Our beloved leader, John Byrne, is getting his fourth COVID shot. He's a belt-in suspenders guy, so he's not going to be with us. Our candidate today is Raj Shroff. He's going to pronounce that correctly and briefly introduce himself. Raj, take it away.
Hi, I'm Raj. We're almost there. I graduated.
Thanks.
I graduated from Penn a few days ago. I did my master's there in systems engineering and my bachelor's there in computer science and economics. I'm sure you could already tell. I'm from India. I moved here, I think, 7 years ago.
Good. So you graduated from Penn with a dual uh, you got a master's and a BS in 4 years. You're a smart guy, right? So you
Thank you.
took master's and bachelor's courses in 4 years, and you've got a 3.4 in the undergraduate courses, boo, and a 4.0 in the master's courses, and you've got a 7.10 GMAT
Mhm.
with surprisingly a 91 verbal and a 60 quant. Okay, so in our pre-discussion, I gave you the obvious advice to retake that test. You said that you messed up the quant just as a matter of timing. You could, with unlimited time, you could probably get all the quant questions right, I assume.
I hope
It's
so.
not that hard. Many people get a perfect quant score. So if you had a 91 verbal and a very high quant, you'd have like a 760 GMAT. Okay, people pay attention to that.
So,
730 is kind of the average score for smart kids like you at elite schools. But if you come in with a 760 or 770, that's a gold star, man. I would recommend taking the GMAT a lot till you got to that score, if you're serious.
makes sense.
Okay. Now, what's your goal in life? You tell us. You graduated from Penn, and what are you doing for the next couple of years?
Uh, I'm not sure yet, so I have two offers right now. One from Facebook as a technical program manager, and the other one is from McKinsey as a business analyst. So depending on what route I take, I guess I'll spend a couple of years there. But in the end, my long-term goal would be starting my own firm or joining an innovation branch of big tech or something like that. So like something
Yeah.
like Google X.
Okay. Your long-term goals are fine. I'm just concerned about you getting into business school. You've already got this boo-boo with your 3.4 undergraduate. Uh, Going to McKinsey, you've got an offer there.
Yes, I have an offer from there, from both places.
How'd you do that? You just interviewed on campus?
Uh, I just had some connections from my college, and they were able to refer me and get me an interview.
Yeah. Okay. And you're the founder of a company called Magic Connects, which is a big deal. So why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I think when all the colleges suddenly started going virtual because of COVID, there was a unique niche of people not being able to meet each other, especially freshmen. So I created this platform that would connect people based on their interests. So if you're a biology major or something like that, it would connect people based on that, for example. And I
So
think,
you created the platform in November of 2020, and it's a for-profit. This is not a do-gooder operation. It's a for-profit that is recently turning a profit, and you grew the This is important. This is a startup, this platform for people to share interests, and you grew the platform from scratch to 1,500 weekly visits from 65 universities and 44 countries. So this thing is really on the way to taking off. You see, that's very impressive.
thank you.
And you say here you're partnering with several Wharton professors to raise capital. Are those professors willing to get behind your applications to graduate school?
I haven't told them yet. It's just something that I'm doing in
Huge.
parallel.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, they could help.
Yeah.
I don't see why they wouldn't. And you started another company called Virtual Event. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, I think it was created at the request of the voting school. So when I think last fall, when we all turned virtual, all the club events and stuff like that, I wanted to help clubs to have events online. So that's something I created for my school. It was just
So
for
you
college
created two
students.
platforms that enable people and organizations to meet each other. One are students that can share their interests, and the other are organizations that can ventilate themselves, recruit, share projects and interests. So you're a
Exactly.
kind of platform creator to bring people together. That's very worthy goal, and you've earned some money doing it, and you've gotten a lot of colleagues to help you. All of that is very impressive.
Thanks.
And then you have some volunteer experience with the Wharton Global Health Volunteers and the Healthcare Club. That's okay, but that's not excuse me, that's not amazing. Uh, so what you present here, and then you've had internships at Facebook, Google, and a Wharton and Stagnet, which is a Wharton MBA startup. So man, got a lot of gold on your resume.
Thank you.
And but what makes your case interesting is the 3.4 boo-boo is for your GPA and the 710 GMAT. Now, you're going to take the GMAT again?
Yeah, it seems like you are giving the right advice. I should take it again and try to get a higher score. That was just my
Yeah.
first try. I'm pretty sure I can do better.
Well, I think I may have said this. I've lost track of what I've said so far in this 20 minutes, but keep taking it till you get a 750, man. I've never seen a 91 verbal and a 60 quant. That's a very odd collection. You just messed up the quant because you were trying to improve it or figure out new ways to answer. Okay, just get with your program, answer the questions correctly, and call it a day. Okay, don't
That's-
don't try and reform the GMAT. Just go in there and slam a 750.
Makes sense.
I think if you could do that, given all of these given the 4.0 in your master's degree, even though master's grades are easier, uh, you see right now you're asking them to blink twice. You're asking them to blink at the 3.4, and you're asking them to blink at the 710. Okay, you can't do anything about the 3.4 except you've got the 4.0 that puts some sunlight on it. The 710 you can do something with, and if you get that to 750, I don't care if you take it 5 times. Okay, so then your question is, with all that, can you get into like Harvard now or in 4 years?
Mhm.
I don't think you're going to get in now. You're asking them to blink twice. You're asking them to blink at the 710 and the 3.4, even though the rest of this is pretty golden. You're an Indian male. That's a tough bucket. Uh,
Can't change that.
it's just a fact of life. I'd like to know how many Indian males at Harvard Business School have a 60 quant score under GMAT. I bet that's 0. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't know any friends who scored that poorly as well.
Yeah. But the good news is you can beef it up. So I don't think you'll get into Harvard now, but I think if you retake the GMAT, unless you retake the GMAT very quickly,
Mhm.
and well, no, Harvard's shut down. Yeah, Harvard is shut down. When are you thinking of applying, in September?
I guess I'll wait a couple of years, I guess, just to get some more experience and see if I got
Yeah.
it through McKinsey, that would be one more name they know on my resume.
The question of, do you think you fit in at McKinsey? I'm not doubting it. I just you've interviewed there and whatever.
Uh, it's a tough call. I think I see myself more as a tech person, but there is a lot
Yeah,
of
you don't have to
learning.
answer it. McKinsey has a kind of culture. you know, everybody's smart, but there's another filter there. Are you a McKinsey type? And it's not good or bad. You know, it's just, are you a McKinsey type? And if you're not a McKinsey type, uh, you know, you could, I would really investigate McKinsey. What's your other job offer?
It's from Facebook as a tech PM.
Yeah. Do you know if people from that role apply to business school at all?
People want to transition to the external product role, so external product PM. Some of them do, but it's not very common.
Off the top of my head, I think you'd be better off applying from Facebook. It's just more rare, and the schools are more interested in Facebook than they are in McKinsey. You'd be a more valuable commodity if they say, you know, we got a Facebook guy here, and everything else about this guy is really good, including his improved GMAT and his 4.0 graduate degree. So my advice, just from a purely cold-hearted approach to what's going to help you get in, I would take a gig at Facebook over McKinsey.
Makes sense.
Okay, and I think your chances, if you get the G, well, okay, let's deal with what we got here. Okay, your chances with your current GMAT score of 710, getting into Harvard, I think they're steep because there's just too many other guys in the Indian male bucket. I think your chances of getting in down the road with an improved GMAT score and a gig at Facebook are much higher.
I see.
That separates you out from a lot of the Indian male cohort.
Makes sense.
And Facebook is an attraction to the schools. Okay. So
awesome. Thank you so much for your thought.
That's the way I read it. You're a talented guy and you're gonna go far in your next life. Don't get a 3.4 GPA.
Also, not get masters in 4 years, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah, good. Okay, adios.
Thank you so much.